ladies and gentlemen, what you just heard was the world's shortest tuning note. Let's give it up for that. Good afternoon again. My name is Mr. Ates. It is a beautiful day. We want to thank you on behalf of Luther High School for coming to our spring spotlight. This is such a fun time of year. Our students have been working all year long, largely on sacred music, among other things. But today's a day where we all get to just do one or two things, kind of showcase all the different ensembles in the music department. So without further ado, we'll turn things over to Mr. Bowers and Saber Band.
Good afternoon. Thank you again for coming today. Our first group up today is the Saber Band, and would you believe that 26 lessons ago, these students didn't know how to put their instruments together. So they were going, what is this and how does this go together, and what is this thing I put in my mouth that it has to be moist in order to make sound. So they are at a point where they have accomplished quite a bit this year in their 26 lessons, and this will be their final Saber Band performance, because after this, they are now members of next year's Lanther Band. So please welcome the Saber Band playing Sea to Shining Sea.
Our next group tonight is our Lancer Band. This is our second to fourth year players. This is a group of students who either has been playing for almost all of middle school now, or they're just starting. And after our fourth performance of the year, so this is like their culminating thing for the whole year. They have about one, maybe two lessons left. They're almost done. So as they get on, I get to announce some of our awards for this year for this group. We give out 4 awards. So we'll start with Saber Band since they're waiting patiently on the side over there. Our Saber Band, our Saber of the Year, is somebody who kind of wowed us from the start and just came into a lesson playing songs that Mr. Bowers was not ready for. And it just made us laugh a lot. So we are excited that Caleb Hansen is our Saber of the Year. Congrats, Caleb! And then we look at the whole year and we look at these kids who have gone from knowing nothing about their instrument to knowing a lot about their instruments. And our most improved Saber this year is somebody who figured out how to use his breath really, really well with his instruments to a point where he didn't know he could do it. So, Ethan, congratulations. You are our most improved Saber. Lancer Band, you get the same awards, right? We've got Lancer of the Year and we've got Most Improved Lancer. Our Most Improved Lancer this year is somebody who switched instruments at the beginning of the year and then went on to do a solo right away at WSMA and actually got a perfect score on the solo at District as a middle schooler, as a 6th grader. So our Most Improved Lancer is Grant. You on your lesson, Grant, okay? Okay. And then our Lancer of the Year, which is for our whole band, 6th to 8th grade, is an 8th grader who's been doing marching band with us. He has been playing for church. He has been doing all sorts of things and is a leader in this ensemble. So congratulations, Calvin. You are our Lancer of the Year. All right, so out of this group, we had 23 students perform at WSMA as to get rated on a rubric on their solo. We had 19 receive a first, we had 4 receive a second, which is an incredible accomplishment at this age. Some are playing for 2 years, some are playing for 3 years, so we're very excited to have that as part of our program. So we have 2 songs for you today. We're going to play The Forgotten Village, and then we are going to play Lost 2 of the Incas, and we hope you enjoy.
Thank you, Ms. Schmidt. Thank you, Lancer Band. Aren't they wonderful? Awesome job. I'm going to direct your attention to the program and ask you just for a moment to take a look at the rather long list of names of students who have participated in the WSMA, both district and state festival. You can see our students are very, very active. At WSMA, there are 3 classes of music, Class C, B, and A. Each gets progressively more difficult. C is meant for beginners, B is for more intermediate performers, and Class A is definitely for advanced and is certainly the most challenging. Students are singing and performing for a judge at the district festival, and they are given some feedback, hopefully some really good criticism, and then a rating based on how well they do meeting that standard of excellence that's established for each category. And you can see there that our students have done just a tremendous job. Students who earned a high enough score in Class A were also awarded a star and given the privilege of performing at the State Music Festival. That happened last weekend at West Salem High School, and you can also see there how our state results went. Our next performer is going to be one of those students who participated in the WSMA State Music Festival. We're going to welcome to our stage next Kate Elliott, performing Concerto Number 9.
Thank you, Kate and Andre. Thank you for being here. We're excited to have you guys. Kate was given a perfect score at State WSMA this year, and because of her performance, she was nominated for an exemplary award for her second year in a row. Now as an 8th grader and as a freshman. So Kate is quite a blessing here at Luther, and we congratulate her on being nominated as well. Next up is our cantate choir. That's your cue, guys. This is the choir that I get to work with during first hour every day. They have been having a ton of fun these last few weeks getting our song together for you. I think they might be ready to sing with a bigger group next year, but they get one more chance to sing together as their group today, and we are excited to sing for you, Ain't No Mountain High Enough.
Listen, baby, ain't no mountain high, ain't no valley low, ain't no river wide enough, baby.
If you need me, call me, no matter where you are, no matter how far. Just call my name, I'll be there in a hurry. You don't have to worry, 'cause baby, there
Ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you, babe. Remember the day I set you free, I told you you could always count on me, babe. From that day on, I made a vow, I'll be there when you want me, some way, somehow. 'Cause baby, there ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you, babe. Oh no, darling, or winter's cold can't stop me, baby. Oh no, baby. If ever in trouble, I'll be there on the double. Send for me, oh baby. Send for me, oh baby.
My love is alive, deep down in my heart, although we are miles apart.
If ever need a helping hand, I'll be there on the double, just as fast as I can. Don't you know that there ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you, babe. 'Cause baby, there ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you, babe.
Our next performer is Henry Johnson. He is an 8th grader in our Junior Nights Band program. And like Mr. Aix mentioned, there's different levels of WSMA solos you perform. And Henry performed a Class A this year as an 8th grader, and he received a first at district. So we are excited to have Henry perform this for you. Henry plays 3 different instruments plus piano. He's a very busy 8th grader. He has been active playing for church, in our band, doing solos, and he is actually our recipient of the Director's Award for Band, which goes to one of our exemplary 8th graders that we have in the Junior Nights Band program. So congratulations, Henry. So without further ado, I'm going to head down to the piano Henry's solo Three Romances, Movements 1 and 2 by Schubert. I should have some music for this.
Thank you, Henry. Next up, we're going to have the Sound Foundation take their places up on the stage, and while they're coming up, I'm going to give you just a little bit of background on our next two selections. The first piece we're going to do was written by a gentleman by the name of Hoagy Carmichael. He's a rather interesting background. He was born in 1899 with the surname Hoagland Howard Carmichael. I guess if my name was Hoagland Howard, I'd prefer to go by Hoagy. His father was an electrician. His mom earned extra money by playing piano for dances and silent movies. He heard a lot of gospel and ragtime music growing up, and from early on, he had a love for jazz music. Hoagy went on to earn a law degree, practiced law for a very short time, and then decided to go to New York and become a full-time composer and a musician. It's thanks to those early influences from his mom and from his local church that we get to enjoy music like Stardust today. Today we're going to feature Gavin Jordan on piano, Caleb Kraus, and Claire Ruprecht as our vocal soloists. We're going to put Sammy Shams on that sweet trombone of his, and most importantly, Miss Schmidt will be our page turner today. We feature you on Stardust. Thank you.
Sometimes I wonder why I spend the lonely night dreaming of a song. The melody haunts my memory, and I am once again with you. And each kiss an
And now my consolation is in the stardust of song.
And beside a garden wall, when the stars were bright, you were in my arms. The nightingale told its fairy tale of paradise where roses grew. Though I dream in vain, in my heart it always will remain a stardust melody, the memory of the sweet flame. Though I dream in vain, in my heart it always will remain
little Hoagie Carmichael. Next up, our second selection is They Can't Take That Away From Me. Now, if you're a fan of old black and white classic movies, you're going to love this next song. George Gershwin wrote this in the final months of his life, possibly, suspiciously, maybe a little, as an ode to the famous glamour girl actress Paula Goddard. The song was featured by Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers in the 1937 movie Shall We Dance? They Can't Take Away From Me, They Can't Take That Away From Me is one of Gershwin's greatest compositions and the only song of his to be nominated for an Academy Award. Now we're going to put Miss Schmidt to work on the piano with our rendition of They Can't Take That Away From Me.
The way you wear your hat, the way you sip your tea, the memory of all that. No, no, they can't take that away from me. The way you smile just beams, the way you sing off key, the way you haunt my dreams. No, no, they can't take that away from me. We may never, never meet again on the bumpy road to love. Still I'll always, always keep the memory of the way you hold your knife, the way we dance so free, the way you changed my life. No, no, they can't take that away from me. No, they can't take that away from me. We never, never meet again on the bumpy road to love. Still always, always keep the memory of the way you hold your knife, the way we dance till three, the way you changed my life. No, no, they can't take that away from me. No, they can't take that away. No, they can't take that away. No, they can't take that away from me. They can't take that away from me. No, they can't take that away. No, take that away from me. Take that away from me. Take that away. No, they can't take that away from me.
Well, let's see here, as I'm checking my program, we're going to give you now an opportunity to support the work that we are doing here at Luther High School. We have It Don't Mean a Thing If It Ain't Got That Swing. After that, we will give you an opportunity to support. This is me putting our ushers on notice, so there we go. We'll turn things over to Mr. Bowers. Before I say anything else, I'll regret it.
As jazz band gets set up here, it's been a busy semester too for the jazz band. Back in February, we had our winter band concert where we played a number of selections. We also toured 3 of our Lutheran elementary schools this spring. performed for 90 minutes at the Big Night just a few weeks ago. And at the Big Night, we divided our ensemble into, we had 4 different things going on that night. We had a Dixieland group, we also had a jazz combo group, we had a senior vocal jazz group, and then also a full ensemble performed there. And a personal thank you to the rest of the music department for helping get the jazz ensemble ready for that too. When you have that many different things going on at once, it's good to have help. So Jazz Band will be performing one song for us today, and this will be their final performance of the year. Jazz standard, It Don't Mean a Thing If It Ain't Got That Swing. Enjoy.
They haven't played in a while.
Next up, please welcome to our stage Clay Ruprecht and Sam Lips doing My Spirit Be Joyful, a piece they also featured at WSMA this past weekend. Please welcome.
as our next ensemble gets set, this is our handbell choir. This is a group of students that meets at 7:15 in the morning once a week with me. These kids get up early, some of them drive quite a ways to get here. They are going above and beyond in order to be in this ensemble. We were blessed to perform at concerts this year. We performed at District WSMA, which is the song you're going to hear today. They tend to have a lot of fun with me in the morning, so it's been actually really fun to get up early with them and make some music. So I hope you enjoy Joshua Fit the Battle, which is our WSMA piece from this year.
Thank you, handbells. Thank you, Ms. Schmidt. So WSMA is an organization that has a lot of different ways that students can participate. You've heard some wonderful examples of instrumental ensemble performances. You've heard the Sound Foundation. You've heard the handbells. And there are also some different vocal categories. There is what I call the classical vocal music category, where students learn some selections, possibly English. There's some Italian, German, French, and those are wonderful things. There's also musical theater, where students can get up and be in costume and do their favorite Broadway song, and that's wonderful. Part of their rating comes from the quality of the performance. And then there are students who deliberately take one type of performance and the other type of performance and do what you're not supposed to do, mash them together. And that's what we're going to have next. We're going to be featuring 3 of our seniors on a song called A Cowboy's Life. But before they come on out, I just want to call your attention again to the music program here, to our concert program, and recognize a couple of things here. Music Letter Awards. As a school, we encourage our students to participate in lots of different ways to achieve a music letter. We have really 3 different categories. There is basic participation, and then extra work, and then above and beyond. And if a student does things like plays piano for chapel, or sings in their church choir at home, or they attend concerts, lots of different ways, they can add those all up, and if they get a minimum of 100 points, they achieve a music letter. And you can see there in your program the list of the students who achieved that. I believe our highest letter winner this year achieved something approaching 460 points. So we're pretty proud of our students and the great work that they do. So let's congratulate our letter award winners. Thank you very much. Again, I'm just buying a moment so our next group can come out properly appareled. There's another special group of students that give of themselves every Friday. They are leaders in our Friday chapel services. Fridays at Luther are something I think we all look forward to. They're led by students. We have a senior leader who gets up and reads the Old Testament and the Gospel and has an introduction, and they lead us through the liturgical portion of the service. But then we also have student leaders who get up and are part of our worship ensemble. And it's not one group of students. One of the coolest things we do is we keep rotating students through. So many different students have the opportunity to get up and perform, play drums, piano, guitar, sing, and share their talents in that way. And you'll see there, that's quite a long list of our 2025 chapel musicians. So let's thank them as well for the work that they do. Ms. Schmidt mentioned to me the other day that she happened to be teaching up in Toma, doing a lesson, and one of the folks she was passing by in the hallway paused and stopped and said, hey, you know what I do? On Friday mornings, I actually tune in to the live stream from Luther, and I watch the Friday chapels because I find them so meaningful and so uplifting and edifying. And I just thought that was a really wonderful thing, that not only is the word working here, but also using technology and the great work Mr. Shibboleth is doing back there, we're reaching a far wider audience than perhaps we even realize. Well, I'm going to get down onto the piano now and turn things over to Sam Shams, Aiden Wickus, and Chris Williams, and they're going to tell you all about A Cowboy's Life.
Come on, we gotta get this fire started. Let me do it. Always do this.
Howdy, y'all. How are y'all today? Oh, good, all right. Well, my name is Christopher, and this here, my boys, this here's Aiden. He's a bit.
It ain't working.
Yeah, I know, I can see that, Aiden. Bit of a troublemaker. Now we got over here Bubba. You know Bubba.
Got blow on it.
And today, we're gonna sing a little ditty about cowboys. Where you boys get that fire started? Oh.
Whatever.
The call of a steer to a cowboy's ear is nature's sweetest sound.
And the opening note of the great coyote's music all around.
The winds may blow, the thunder growl, the breezes sadly moan. But a cowboy on the job will always sing. Out on the prairie I do ride, no good companion by my side.
I sleep beneath the starlight, and I think of a virgin cow.
With the golden arrows waiting there at the bars of the home corral. A cowboy's life is a royal life, his saddle is his throne.
And he's well content in a starry tent on the prairie all alone.
There's never a care for a soul to bear, no trouble to make him frown. But a cowboy on the job will always sing. Out on the prairie I do ride, no good companion by my side.
I sleep beneath the starlight, and I think of a virgin cow.
With the golden arrows waiting there at the bars of the home corral.
Thank you, boys. Thank you, and especially thank you for remembering to put your fire out. Next up, we're going to have the concert choir take their places up on the stage, and while they're doing that, I'm going to tell you just a little bit about that next selection. It is called Tico Onotando, and I actually had to look up on the internet how to say that. This piece comes from South Africa, and I chose this because every year I try to challenge myself a little bit and find a piece that fits with our school year theme of Fix Your Eyes on Jesus. And we performed this at the National Lutheran Choral Festival back in November of 2024, and it was one of those songs that stuck with us. So we brought it back here for Spring Spotlight, and the story behind this is that composer Michael Barrett was in South Africa listening to a school choir singing this song. They were just having a good time singing it in the back parking lot, and he asked the students to teach it to him. He loved it so much, and he transcribed the piece into what we have today. The language is isiXhosa, there I said it right, so I'll share the translation with you now. The words are, God of love, I stand before thee. God of love, give me love so I may testify about you. Hosanna above, Hosanna in the highest. God, I am here today. Hosanna. Well, seniors, this song is dedicated to you, both seniors in our band and in our choir. May you always keep your eyes fixed on Jesus, no matter where your journey of life takes you. We present Tico.
Hosanna,
You can see why that song stays with us. That's a favorite. So before the concert band plays, we're going to give them a few moments to go up and find their spots. And we'll turn things over to Mr. Bowers for the last two selections of our day. I want to talk just a little bit about something that hit me as I was looking through my email. One of my colleagues sent something to me a while back talking about the value of music and how important music is in our schools. And if you happen to be glancing through our Luther Facebook feed, you'll know that we posted something the other day. They were posters that we had up in the music bulletin board. And it was really something that I felt compelled to share with our students, and I just want to share it with you briefly as our students are getting prepared and getting up here. There were 6 things that these posters talked about, and the value of music. And the first one they said is that music is a universal language, and it uses symbols to represent ideas. The idea that no matter where you go in the world, the language of music is always going to be the same. That's pretty awesome. Music is also a science. A conductor's score is a graph that indicates all kinds of cool scientific things: frequencies, intensities, volume changes, melody, harmony. All those things happen at once, and with the most exact control of time. We also talked about the fact that music is history. It reflects environments and times of creation, cultures, racial feelings, amazing things. Music is also mathematics. Rhythms are based on the subdivisions of time, fractions, which much must be done instantaneously by an entire group of people. Where else does that happen? Music is also art. It allows us to take dry, technically boring techniques and use them to create emotion. No robot will ever be able to duplicate what you've seen and heard today. Finally, and most importantly, music praises God. Our music students spend their time in practice and rehearsal with the singular goal of praising God for the talents that He has given them. We're blessed that music has a central place at Luther High School. We're blessed to have students with an abundance of talent, and we are blessed to have parents who support the pursuit of excellence in the arts. But all of that pales in comparison to the blessing we have in our ability to praise our risen Savior. So thank you for all coming to Spring Spotlight, for your support of music, art at Luther High School. After the concert, we also invite you to check out the amazing work that Mrs. Elke's senior arts students have on display. And with that, we're going to ask Mr. Bowers to take over.
All right, band will play us out for the night. We've got a couple of songs for you today. Note on the first one. First one is called Octavius, and it is a brand new song that is self-published by the band director at Bethany Lutheran College, Professor Fogstad. When Bethany Lutheran College visited us, they played this song at the end of their concert, and he said, "And by the way, here's all the music." And I said, "Band, do we want to play this?" I said, "Yes." Okay, so that's how that one became in our concert today. And then our final piece that we'll play for you is a standard John Philip Sousa march, The Washington Post. Thank you again for coming and supporting music today. We're going to noodle just a little bit because it's been over an hour since they played their instruments, and then we'll tune and then we'll roll. So, thanks.
Mr. Bowers, there's one more group that we have to recognize yet tonight. We'd like to have our seniors stand up, band, concert choir, and let's recognize our seniors and thank them for the faithful work that they've done. Wasn't too long ago that you were freshmen, and now you are just this close to leaving Luther High School. You are in our prayers, and we wish you all God's richest blessings. Finally, we leave you once again with a concert. Thank you.